What's up, everyone? It's another episode of the Tough Talk podcast. My name is Tom Pavone, and that next to me right there is Chris Reyes, Team USA Baseball, and also, of course, Tough Media. This podcast brought to you by our great friends at Trugo Sports. I want to give a shout out to them. Appreciate their support of this podcast for a few episodes now, and hopefully for the foreseeable future. Thank you to them. Thank you to you for watching. As always, it's so great to be here. Have a great season. But Chris, it is now coming to a close, and we have a winner. We have a winner.
We do. St. Joseph by the Sea pulled it out at Fordham this weekend. Well, last weekend. Both of our guests this week were playing in the game, did phenomenally well. They'll get deeper into that when we get them in the screen here. Public schools are doing well as well. Tottenville's making a little run right now. Believe they're in the semifinals. I can see them heading back to the stadium, which is makes me happy. A Tottenville alum makes you happy, Todd, being a Tottenville alum. Staten Island baseball is doing well, man. Little League All Stars are about to start. It's a good place.
Yeah, man. I think we our predictions, some of which were spot on, some weren't. I mean, that always happens. We aren't experts. We just get a feel for the room. We get a feel for our coaches and our players, and look at history and what's going to repeat itself, what's not. And I know Peters got knocked out, but still had an excellent season. Tottenville's still going at the time of this cast. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chris. I believe MSIT still on the radar. Isn't that right?
That's right. Petrides won today. McKee Staten Island Tech won today. So I guess they call it the single A playoffs in PSAL, where we're still running. So we're doing pretty good, Todd. All is well in Staten Island baseball.
Yeah, for real. And but of course, I mean, huge St. Louis by the Sea, the best in the city. Couldn't be arguably one of the best, top in the state, Chris. And yeah, you know what? I don't think we should wait any longer. We know what Staten Island's teams are doing good. Little leagues are in full swing right now. We're getting into the nitty gritty of you know mid-season ball at this point with a lot of programs on Staten Island, right? So the high schools are ending up, colleges are ending up. Again, congrats to CSI and their great season, making it to the playoffs. With that being said, John Gano, Anthony Depetro. Anthony, you've been already. John Gano, great to have you on board. First and foremost, guys, congratulations, and really appreciate both of you guys joining us here today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Anthony, you've
Yeah.
already had the scene here. You've already experienced this, so we're going to actually go to John first. We want to get to know him a little bit. So first and foremost, let's go back to the championship game. Let's talk about it. Let's get right into it. First, mindset going in. How was the team feeling? What was the pulse? Were we confident we were going to win? Were there nerves at all from you or your teammates? What was the pulse going in? What was the mindset? What was coach saying going in?
I feel like our whole team was really confident going in. Like, we all thought it was going to be one and done. And we knew we didn't have the pressure on us because we had to lose two in a row. And obviously, there's always those, like, nerves and jitters going into it. But after the first pitch, I feel like our team really locked in.
Nice, John. And we'll talk me through the game now. Let's get into the game a little bit. What'd you think off the bat? First couple of innings, were you confident? What was the feeling as the game progressed?
So the first inning, the first two batters was a little shaky. The field made little mishaps, but that third batter was an easy double play from Mo at third. So right after that double play hit, my confidence flew. So right after that, I feel like we were good, got and then we were losing 1-0 in around the third. And then our bats like woke up in the third and fourth, and we scored three in both those innings. And once we scored the three, I really felt it was over, to be honest.
John, I was at the game, obviously next to the dugout, and I knew you guys were going to come back after going down 1-0, but talk to the listeners, talk to the viewers about what actually happened, after you guys went down 1-0. I felt kind of like and Coach Ortiz kept saying, keep the energy up, let's go, keep the energy up. What actually happened at that point? Because it was like 1-0, and then I think it was a 1-1 game, and then you went up 2-1, and then you guys just blew the doors off, right? What happened?
Yeah. A big thing for us and our team is keeping the energy, because when we keep the energy and we work together like we have been, we're just unstoppable. So, and sometimes when we lose energy, we lose the groove of things. So Coach Nelson, being the coach he is, he just made sure we didn't lose that energy, and we kept it, and it worked.
Anthony, I want to bring you in. I know, again, you've been a friend of the show already and a player of the week here on the Tough Talk podcast. Just want to get your take, your view of it. I know you're probably going to echo a lot of what your teammates said here, but give me something different. What else did you notice about the game going in? And were there any moments during the game where you felt, all right, we got this, like we're about to win the freaking championship?
Yeah, I mean, I was always confident in our ability and that we were going to win, but there's always nerves before a championship game. Like it was the biggest game of my life, so like you're going to be nervous. But after the first inning got out of it scoreless, I wasn't really worried. Once we went down 1-0, I still wasn't worried. Every time we played Iona, we went down before, and we always find our way back. And once we scored 3 runs in the fourth, I think we put up another three in the fifth, so it was 6-1. And like John said, pretty much thought the game was over. John was in his groove. We all figured it out, and it was smooth sailing from there.
Anthony, I just want to piggyback off of what Chris had asked John there about energy and something different that you guys bring that no other team on the island seems to bring. Um, Tell me more about that. What flipped? Was there something that flipped in you guys, or talk about the importance of that team synergy and really keeping the energy up and being there at every at bat, being on the edge of your seat. Talk about that a little bit more, will you?
Yeah, when the guys on the bench are like really loud and into the game, it really translates to like us on the field. Like just their energy, like really, it really like wakes us up, gets us in the game more. It really reflects on the field.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you could definitely feel that energy sitting next to the dugout boys. Um, can you shout out some of the guys that are those energy creators? Because I know that every team has them. Name some boys. Who do you got for us?
First off, no doubt, I gotta say John Cobell, no doubt. Second, Anthony Garofolo, Kevin Rugg,
James
a lot of our
Sorrentino's up there.
juniors, James Sorrentino for sure. Some couple games we actually had them on. We hooked bands on them, and they were like our dogs. Like, we were like walking them.
I
Yeah,
did see
it
that.
was
Love it.
I love that,
But that's
man.
great. I mean, you need those personalities. You need that energy, right, guys? Because at the same
For
time, you're
sure.
talking about nerds going in, and as you should be nervous. And I say that here's general rule: if you're not nervous for something, it means you don't care, right? And that goes for a
Absolutely.
job. Like when I go to big jobs, I worked. I'm shouting myself out here. I went to the Kentucky Derby for the first time to work, right? And I was nervous. I wasn't sure what to expect. I wasn't sure what to do, and I was nervous for it. You know what I'm saying? If you're not nervous, that means you don't care as much. And I was nervous. I wanted to do it right. I wanted to be the best I could be. So kudos to you guys for having that feeling. But then you got a bunch of clowns on the dugout doing some crazy chants and trying to get you guys energized. So that's great. You were able to balance it out. John, how about for you on the mound? Were you able to like level off and like, are you just calm, cool, collected? And also, what was your game plan pitching wise? Did you have a specific plan in place going into facing this team?
So going in like the first inning, obviously adrenaline's really high. So after the first couple batters, it lowered down, and I learned how to keep my composure and fill up the zone. And the way I go with batters is basically just go right at them. I do not want to give anybody any free bases at all. I just want to throw strikes. I know my stuff's good and it's gonna beat them no matter what, as long as I put it in the zone. So
What
I just try to fill up the zone.
was anything in particular working uh, uh, on that night, or were you feeling anything? Like I always know pitchers, they feel a grip. That's this pitch is working today for me. I'm going to go with this. Were you spotting that fastball? Was a little bit of everything, or better yet, was something off that you avoided using and went to something else? I always love that too. It's like,
Yeah.
oh man, my changeup was off today. I relied on my
Mhm.
painting the corners with my fastball and using my hook a little bit.
And
What was going on throughout the game, John?
it was really everything. All my pitches were really there. The fastball was there. The slider was there. The curveball was really good. The changeup was good. It was just they were coming out swinging. It was a really aggressive Iona team. So as long as I was putting it, like there was a couple jams I got into where like the pitches got to like 20, the 20s, 25s in the inning, but I finished the game like 82, 83 because of how aggressive they were. A lot of them were just like first pitch outs on a fastball that I was just filling up the zone with.
So,
Got it.
so John, I know you since you're a little kid. I know both of you guys since you're a little kids. If you could talk to the 11-year-old that wants to be John Gano, Anthony Depetro, that's going to play in the Little League World Series this year, for example, what would you tell him on how to control his emotions in the big game? What would you guys do? I know it's a tricky question, but if you can talk to the younger you and you're in that big time situation, walk us through mentally what's going on and how you can kind of diffuse the bomb a little bit, control your emotions. What would you say to the younger Gano?
Really, honestly, you just at the end of the day, you got to remember it's just a game that everyone loves to play. You can't take it that serious sometimes. Sometimes you just got to go out there and have fun and do your thing. Some people take it too serious and press on themselves and tighten up, and that's when stuff goes wrong. As long as you stay loose, calm, collected, you're gonna play your game no matter what.
Great advice. And what would you tell the younger kid that was in that big time game situation, Little League World Series, whatever it may be, tournament championship? What would you tell the younger you?
Yeah, there's always going to be nerves, but I really like the quote, pressure is a privilege. You got to be grateful to just be out there, be playing baseball, having fun. Like you're having the time of your life out there. You just nerves are a great thing, honestly.
100%.
And you got to just be confident in your ability.
Like, yeah, your skill, your experience, all the practice got you there. All the steps you've taken have got you there. Coach has put you in positions, situational awareness. He's put you through it. What do I do when the ball comes to me? What do I do when this batter comes to the plate? What am I doing? And you guys are so prepared for that. You guys clearly freaking prove that. All right, Gano, let's go with. I already asked Anthony. I love asking this every time. Chris drives him nuts because normally everyone answers Yankees. Are the Yankees your team or the Mets?
Yankees, big Yankee fan.
Let's go. Let's go.
Always, always.
All right, and then how about most influential ball players, either from today or yesteryear, that inspired you, whether at the dish or on the mound?
Since he came to the league, I really love watching Paul Skeens on the mound. Just
Oh,
everything about him on the mound. Just I love about him.
stud,
Yeah.
overpowering. How about at the plate?
The plate. I mean, I gotta go with my guy Aaron Judge on the Yankees. Always love Aaron Judge.
By the way, I love the comparisons being made to freaking Ted Williams for the first month or so of this season. I mean, isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
He was
Really
in
impressive.
420. I mean, just absolutely out of his mind. I mean, talk about one of the sweetest swings and just body awareness for such a big guy, right, guys? Would you agree? Like he's so body aware. You know what I mean?
And he's like a complete hitter. It's not like he's just power. He'll go to like every part of the field.
Right. You need a single the oppo, he'll give you a single oppo, or you just got to get advance the runner. He's able to do that too. So yeah, 100%. That's a good shout by you guys. All right.
And I got a question for Ant, Todd.
Yeah, go for it.
And when Gano, obviously you guys are a battery, so to say, right? When Gano's not in his best place mentally, right? And I'm gonna put a little pressure on you right now, right? And you feel him kind of going off the tracks. What do you say to him? What does that mound visit sound like?
Go out there, tell him take a deep breath, tell him he doesn't have to do anything too big, too special. He's got fielders behind you. We've been a great fielding team all year. I tell him he doesn't have to throw the ball as hard as he can, like to get it there. I tell him be confident in his ability, know what he could do, and just stick to what's been working for him all the time.
Nice.
That's huge information, man. From coming from a catcher. If you're a catcher listening, that's wisdom. And a lot of the times, younger catchers don't know what to say when they go out to the mound, so they look to the dugout to the right or to the left, and they rely on their coach. But there's a lot of times where I saw you go out to the mound, and you whispered something to Gano, and it might have calmed him down or cheered him up. that stuff is huge for younger catchers and just younger players in general to know that stuff, right? So that's key stuff, and definitely teach that to younger kids because they need it. They definitely need
Yeah,
it.
sometimes it's even as simple as just going out there and like telling him a joke or something, just to like
Yeah.
ease his
Yeah.
mind.
Now, I wasn't there. I know, Chris, you were there, but I want you guys to talk. Did you have any mound visits? Were there any needs for mound visits in the championship game or no?
Yeah, there was
We had a
one.
couple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Had a
there was
couple?
one. There was a one in like the third inning when I got into a base loaded jam on the
Okay.
umpire, really tight. Let's just say, and
You didn't seem to like those calls that he was
no,
going over
no,
with
See?
Gano.
no, not at all.
So here's a learning moment. So with that being said, were any adjustments made, or what was that conversation? Was that just to calm you down because this umpire was a little bit off, or
Mhm.
did you now have to make some adjustments? Anthony, did you have to set up a different part of the plate? Was he high? Was he low? Out? In? What was the issue?
He was right around the plate. He was just missing. I just went out there to calm him down. He had it. He had it, and
Okay.
you just had to let them hit the ball. Let our fielders make the plays behind them.
But Blue was just not making some calls that you thought should have gone your way.
Yeah,
Is that the
yeah,
deal?
yeah. But
Okay. Okay.
I was always taught to stay calm, cool,
I thought
and
he was pretty
collected,
good.
of course. Yeah,
There was some
it's
iffy
fun.
Okay.
calls, Todd. Let's put it that way. We'll
Yeah.
leave
Okay.
it at that.
We'll leave it at that. We love all of our umpires, and we thank all of our umpires for
Yes.
all their hard work throughout the season and what they're about to do in the during the summer as well. Hey, let's get to the here and now. We've city champions. What's our next step? Gano, I'll go to you. What do we have going on right now? We still have some baseball left in us, don't we?
Yeah, we play St. Ray's on Thursday, actually, at St. Joseph IC at 4:15, and then we either play Stepanak or Peters on Sunday.
Nice.
Yeah.
And again, just educate me a little bit. I know Chris knows this, but what are we going for? This is for states. This is for sectionals, Anthony. What are we going for now?
This is what we're in right now is for the city tournament, and I'm pretty sure we already qualified for the state tournament since we won the Archdiocese.
Right. I figure that's an automatic bid. And when's the state start, just so our viewers can go to the games or possibly view it online if it's streaming live and whatnot? Give us a little timeline when the state tournament is.
I'd say probably not the following Monday, the Monday after that.
All right, great.
Yep.
Chris, what else do we have for these nice gentlemen?
Nothing, guys. I mean, I was at the game. It was fun to watch. There was a ton of energy. I was basically in the dugout with you guys, right? I know a lot of your parents, since you guys are young, and the amount of energy that they were bringing in the stands was pretty impressive. So you should definitely thank mom and dad and grandma and grandpa. So it was fun to be there, Todd. It was
Cool.
I'm hoping that one of the public school teams, make a run because I love being in that setting. It's fun being around these
Sure.
guys, and
Yeah.
yeah, it was a ton of fun. It was a ton of fun watching you guys
Awesome.
all year, to be honest with you. So, keep making that run to the state championship. I know you're going to see teams like St. Anthony's and those type of teams. So, be ready because they're gonna bring some fire. So, best of luck, and that's really all I have, Todd.
Great. Well, John, great to get to know you a little bit. Anthony Wissina, again, great to have you back. Of course, guys, congratulations. A lot of hard work has come to this. You got that championship, but hey, just like Kobe Bryant said, job's not finished. You got more work to do.
Yep.
Let's get to states. Let's again. The point of this podcast, my friends, as you guys know, and everyone watching, is to put an emphasis on the great Staten Island baseball that we have. And as you can hear from these guys, great men as well, in this classroom, out of school, between the white lines, great people, great baseball. So stay tuned for plenty more from these guys. John Gano and Depetro, really appreciate you both coming on today. Congratulations on the championship. We've got more work to do. Go get them, guys. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Gano, another good guy. We already talked to Anthony Chris. We already sung his praises, but good to hear from him again. And again, a great question, Chris. Going out and calming Gano a couple times, or just in general, the notion that a young catcher can take, and the plethora of information that these guys are for the young viewers and listeners, Chris. So great question by you. I thought that was a great response from Anthony.
Yeah, Todd, this St. Joseph by the Sea team, man. I've been around a lot of good ones with Mike McKenna and Tommy Lano, and the list goes on and on. Some kid, some of
Yeah.
the C teams that you were around were really good and
No, sure.
made city runs and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
I can honestly say, from the team being a little on the younger side when you look at the roster, to having some senior leadership like Depetro, I would put it right at the top of one of St. Joseph by the Sea's best team ever. Um,
Wow.
and I say that with a lot of confidence because not
You've seen
only
them. You know them, Chris.
not only the record, Todd,
Yeah.
just overall a lot of kids, that are gonna go on to play at the next level, good kids in the community, good
Sure.
families, as we always talk about. Academically, they do a phenomenal job at sea, as we mentioned.
Oh, for sure.
When it comes to the
Absolutely.
standards, I could feel the tide rising at St. Joe's by the Sea. And it's fun to watch. Coach Nelson
Beautiful.
is going to be on the show in a few days from now, and he's doing a great job. And just the overall culture of St. Joe's by the Sea is definitely on its way up, and you know, fun to watch, boys. A lot of fun to watch.
Beautiful thing. The Staten Island sports scene, the Staten Island baseball scene was incredible. Thank you all so much for watching. Once again, we appreciate Gano and Depetro's time again, and congratulate them and the entire C team, the organization, the teachers too, and the parents. You know what? I love what you said, Chris. The grandparents and everyone that's involved in this, because it's a tremendous team effort all the way around, families and everything. So I thought that was a good point by you. But hey, they got more work to do, as do we. But thank you to our sponsor. Our sponsor, Chris, is
True Go Athletics, Fishkill, New York. And don't forget, guys, June 18th, Staten Island High School All-Star Game at Mid-Island Babe Ruth. Todd is going to be on the live stream, chatting it up with
that's right.
some guests and stuff like that. But Metro United Sports will be hosting their annual All-Star Game. If you want to see some Staten Island's upperclassmen, lowerclassmen, they're going to be there that night. There's going to be a home run derby. There's going to be food. There's going to be music. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Can't wait. Looking forward to it, guys. And stay tuned for the results of Thursday's game. Again, we still have Tottenville in, MSIT in, and Petrini's in. Got to stay in touch, and we'll get back at you. Hopefully, we get this out. This will be out this week. And keep tuning in. Tough Talk, Todd Bavona, Chris Reyes. Catch you next time.